Hello, welcome. And I'm pleased to let you know my experiences, hustling ones, of course, and the prices it did cost me to build in Ghana. Yes. Before I start, I want to say the images I'm using are not the images of my house. They are images I got online to help me visualize whatever I'm saying. But the prices are my prices. I wrote down every money that left me. Right? So let's go on. Before I begin, I would like to give a few advice. I would say take note of workmanship, because sometimes they are much more expensive than the material cost. To be surprised you how much the masons in Ghana collect. And then also, because of that, if you can help anyway, there's a hustling one. There's not the rich people who pay contractors maybe 200,000 to build them a house. No, this is ours. Yes, if you get 5,000, you go and put it on. If you get 10,000, you go to site. If you get 2,000, you go to site. So if you can, workmanship is expensive. So if you can help in digging, if you can help in the building, if you can carry things, do that so that it will cut down the cost of workmanship, because it's very expensive. So if you cut down the cost of workmanship, your building cost would also come down. And then the second one would be to pay, just find a way to pay the masons in phases rather than by day. So if they say they are going to do foundation, you can negotiate and ask them, how much will you collect for foundation? They say 5,000. Just give them the 5,000. If they take 2 months, 3 months to finish it, it's better off than doing by day, paying them by day, because then they can elongate the time. And then if you are paying them 200 cedis a day, they can elongate it. They go 3 weeks just to finish the job they could have done in 1 week. So that is an advice also. Right. I think now we can move on. So first off, land preparation. Obviously, the land itself, I bought it in 2017 for about 13,000, and immediately I had to buy stones and put it on it for security reasons, of course. Ghana here, we all know if you buy a land and you put it there, somebody will it will be resold. So you have to do something on it, maybe build a single room or something. Or if you can't, just buy stones and put it on it, and then just put it in the hands of somebody around. Pay them maybe 20 cedis a month to look on it, just look after it for you. It's better off than just leaving it there. So after I bought it, I bought stones on it. It was about 2,000 then. And I would advise also that the adverts that are selling lands for, let's say, less than 5,000, sometimes 5,000 cedis in Accra, most of them are fake, because they are much more expensive than the prices that you see in adverts. So beware when you are looking for a land in Accra. Some are too good to be true. Okay, nobody is going to sell your land 5,000 in Accra. So take note of that. And then after you buy your land, you have to pay the chiefs. You have to pay them. Hey Ghana, I paid about 2,000 to the chiefs. They'll collect it. Yes. You could buy the land from a private individual, but they will still collect theirs. So after you buy it from maybe even your friend, you still have to go to the chiefs. They will come for it. You don't even have to go to them. But it's better if you find them, and then you pay something. So I paid about 2,000 to them before I could claim my land. So now the building itself, land preparation, of course, the place was bushy. My people collected me 170 to clear it and then spray it. And then afterwards, remember I have stones already, so I bought 1 trip of sand, the white one. It was about 930 cedis then, 920. Most of my money was sent through Momo, so 10 cedis, 20 cedis on them are Momo fees. So one trip, then about 900. I don't think it will be more than 1,000 now. That was 900 in 2020. We are just in 2022, so I don't think it will be more than 1,000 now. And then I bought blocks for profiling. Profiling is like outlining, like drawing a plan with the blocks or something like that. You need fewer than 600, but I bought 600 because then many were left for other things, for foundation and all those things. So about that cost me about 1,780, and then I bought my blocks for 2 cedis, 50 pesos each. I think they are much more expensive now. They are about 4 cedis now. So whatever quantity I list, you can then, if you are doing your estimate, you can then multiply it by the current prices. So 4 cedis maybe times 600 or something like that. And then they collected me 620 for profiling. That's workmanship fee actually. So that's an image of a land. So let's say after they clear it, before they start everything, that's an image there. That is not an image of mine, but an image of the land, something like that. Okay. Now the foundation. Before you dig to build in Ghana, you have to pay somebody something. Nobody. Ghana is hard. So I paid 1,000 cedis digging fee to the landowners before we could start digging. So now, if you can recall, I've paid 2,000 to the chiefs and then 1,000 for digging fee. They are not cost of the building, but it's just kind of things. So 1,000 for digging fee, and then now digging and platform is just the thing they build to make sand and those things. They're not expensive. It's just like the 100 on top of the 2,000 of the digging and platform. Digging costs about 2,000. It's hard work. A lot of guys digging foundation. Mine was a 4-bedroom foundation, so it cost me about 2,000 for the diggers. Yeah. And after they dig, they have to do concrete in there where they've dug. So I think it's called footing concrete. It cost me about 3,000. Remember, I have sand and then stones, so I bought some cement, and then the rest is workmanship. So that cost about 3,000. The 30, I think the 30 is Momo fee. Yeah. Right. So here's an image. If they do that, so there's an image showing the digging. Yeah. So there's a plan. They put out a plan. You can see some blocks outside, probably for the profiling or something like that. And then they dig. So this is the stage that refresh. This is the stage we are talking about, as you can clearly see on your image. Okay, so you can move on to the foundation. For the foundation, now they've done the concrete in the where they dug, right? They're putting concrete, so now they have to raise the foundation wall. Raising it cost me about 2,250. I had some blocks. I didn't think they were enough, so this cost probably there were blocks, cost of blocks and cement also in that, and then workmanship as well. And then when they raise the wall, they have to do concrete at the corners. So you have to buy iron rods, boards, and then a carpenter to also do the setup and all that. That cost me about 980. Iron rods are not so much expensive in Ghana. So if you are building, don't be fearful of iron rods. It will cost about 50 cedis per piece, and they may need about 20 depending on your building. That may be costing about 1,000. So, and the boards, so those aspects cost me 980. And then the concrete itself, mainly workmanship, will cost me around 1,120. Just so when the carpenter sets it up, now they have to mix and then pour it inside at the corners into the ground to lift it up. Yes, so the image depicts what I'm saying. As you can see, this is the foundation wall raised. Yes, and then there's a pillars. So there's pillars at the iron rods. You can see iron rods over there. So those are the pillars for the concrete. So at this stage is where we are now. So that's the stage we talked about. Okay, so after I did that, I left it a bit. This is the hustling one. So I left it a bit, and you gather some small money and then go back. So when I went back, we had to read it again. Remember, I recorded every money that left me. So maybe this shouldn't have been stated, but yeah, I just recorded every money that left me. So that's why I'm stating it here, just for sake. So it cost me about $250 just to read it again, clear the place again. And then remember, we raised our foundation wall. So after they do that, they fill it with sand. This time around, red sand. Yes. And mine were about 10 trips. The red sand, about 10 trips. It was a 4-bedroom foundation. So it's 10 trips for the red sand. Depending on what yours is, if it's 3 or 2, it will cost less. It will cost less, or less trips, probably 6 trips. At the time, a trip was 600. Remember, the white sand cost 900, and then the red one 600. I think it will be much more expensive now, probably 700 or something, but not so expensive. So 600, and then 10 cost me about 6,000. The rest is Momo fee. And then after you go for it, some people will have to fill it and compress it into the foundation. So workmanship there about 1,300. That's what they collected over there. So the next image clearly shows the foundation wall is there, and then now they pour in the red sand, and then some people will have to distribute. I don't know the proper word. Yeah, distribute, maybe compress, and then evenly spread it out. So they will collect that 1,300 there. So the image is perfectly describing what I'm saying. Okay, so we move on to still on the foundation though. After they fill it, you do a concrete on it. I think something called German concrete. I don't know. Yeah, you have to do concrete. So I bought one trip of sand and one trip of stone each. I think the sand is 900 something. The stone's about close to 2,000, 1,008 or something. So that cost me 2,700. So for them to do the concrete on it, and before they do that, they will do plumbing work inside. The plumber cost me 800. Then they did the German concrete. That cost me about 6,000. Very expensive. That concrete. It's concrete over the whole surface, the whole foundation, or the whole floor, something like that. So let's see if you can see it in the image. Yes. So something like that. So concrete over the whole thing. Very expensive. Cost me about 6,000. Ours, we did it in a day. So we went to hire a machine and a lot of workers so that it could be done in a day. So that's why it did cost that much doing it. If you can find a way around this, yes, it will be less expensive for you. Okay, so now the foundation is done. Next step is raising your building. That is mainly about blocks, cement, sand, and then workmanship. Okay, so raising it, I bought about 2,500 blocks. A number. Remember, I said mine costs 2 cedis per block. may be much more expensive now. So I bought about 2,500 in number. I bought about 30 bags of cement. Cost me 1,200. Calculatively, that's 40 cedis per bag. I think it's 50 cedis now. So you can calculate yours if you are doing estimation. And then my workmanship and water cost about 3,200. I think that's fair to raise the building. So the image shows what it is about. So this is mainly a block work, cement, and then they raise. Foundation is already set, and then they raise the building to a desired length. Okay, so when they raise it, they would have to do concrete at the corners also, and then at the lintel they have to do concrete. That cost me about 2,880 then. So again, concrete, you have to buy iron rods, you have to buy nails, pots, carpenter work, all those things. All right, so it cost me about 2,000. At that point, I don't think I bought more sand, I don't think I bought more stones, but then probably cement work, and then a lot of the iron rods also, nails, and then the boards. So that cost me 2,800. And then workmanship for that cost me about 2,900. So workmanship, basically workmanship of the masons, and then also that of the carpenter to do the concrete, costing about 2,900. So as you can see, the material cost and the workmanship costs are basically on par. That's why I said if you can find a way of getting around workmanship, it will help cut down your cost. And the image depicts that. So this where, as you can see from the image, there's a lot of boards. So you have to buy a lot of boards, or they can ration it. They do some parts and then they go and do another part. Yeah, so a lot of boards. So that's the lintel down there and the concrete at the sides. So this is the stage we finished now. So when they after they do the lintel, they have to build on it. They have to build sometimes 2 blocks, 3 blocks on it. I bought 500 blocks more, and then 20 bags of cement. The 500 blocks cost me 1,200. 20 bags of cement cost me about 800. And then there's workmanship, about 2,000, just for them to build about 3 blocks. Mine was about 3 blocks on the lintel. So this is what it shows when they do that. So as you can see, there's a concrete on there just above the window, that is the lintel, and then after that they build like 3 or 2 layers of blocks on top of that. After that stage, now you go to the roofing. Roofing is very expensive, very expensive, very expensive. Remember, mine is a 4. It will cost, the wood and then the nails itself will cost about 10,000 just to do it. The carpenter will collect maybe 2,000, 3,000 to fix the wood on the building. And then the roofing, if you are calling the companies to do it, it might cost you about 30,000 just to roof it. But if you are doing it like me, you can then hire the local carpenters. They will go and buy bundles of sheets and then they will put it on it. That is less expensive. It will cost less than about 5,000 to do that. It may not look as nicely as when the companies do it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So they go and buy bundles of sheets less than 5,000, and then the same carpenter that will do the wood that will fix the wood, you can contract him to do the roof with the sheet. So the workmanship would not be so much expensive. It will be about 3,000. So maybe wood 5,000 or 10,000. Then the sheets about 5,000. Then it could be done. Or if you want to do the company way, yes, 30,000. Just so 10,000 for wood, 30,000 for the roofing by the company. So that is a bit expensive. So there's a setup on the wood. When they put the wood on it, that one is mostly done by local carpenters. They will fix it. After that, then if you want the same person to do the sheet, or you go and contract a company to then do the sheets. So when the companies do it, this is how they look like. Nicely done. Yes, because it's the companies that do it nicely. So at this stage, this is how your building will look like. And for people like me, when it reaches this stage, it's like done. because you don't have much money, so you just fix your windows, put in lights, and then you go inside. At this stage, this is what it is. Okay. So other things you can, if you have much more money, then you plaster it, windows and doors. My estimation, plastering, yes, you can buy sand again, workmanship again, cement again, water cost you about 6,000. Windows or doors also about 6,000. Electricals about 3,000. Ceiling, depending on which type. If you are doing POP, very expensive, it costs about 10,000. Or if you are doing T&J or plywood, that's a less expensive, but so it will be in the range of about 3,000 or 4,000. Then you have to do plumbing work again, maybe estimation about 2,000 there. And then voila, your house is done. Yes, your house is done. So you can put them together. You can do your estimation about how much it does cost to do such a project in Ghana here. Yes, it's expensive, but we can do it. Yes, we can do it. We are not millionaires, but we can do it. It's expensive. Okay, so thank you very much. Please subscribe. I have many experiences in other fields that I want to continue and share. So if you subscribe, I think it will encourage me more to be doing such things. So thank you very much. Thank you very much. Right. Like I said, also the prices were between 2019 and 2021, and they may be higher now. I think cement is 50 cedis now, blocks is about 40 cedis now. So when you're doing your estimate, you can take that in to help you do your estimates. Thank you.